Right now, as you're watching this, NASA rovers on Mars are photographing something that shouldn't exist. And the internet is losing its mind. The Perseverance image. 3 days ago, on October 3rd, NASA's Perseverance rover captured an image that immediately went viral. In the Martian sky, there's this elongated shape, glowing, moving. It doesn't look like a comet. It looks manufactured, cylindrical, almost like something you'd see in a sci-fi movie. Within hours, the image had millions of views on X, TikTok, Reddit. The comments exploded. That's not natural. Why does it look like a ship? They're finally admitting it. The object is 3I Atlas, the third interstellar visitor ever detected by humanity. And it's currently passing through our solar system at 130,000 miles per hour, coming from a place we can't even point to on a star map. But here's what nobody's telling you in those viral posts. That image from Perseverance is not what it seems. The science faction. Let me show you what's actually happening. When the European Space Agency released their images from the ExoMars trace gas orbiter, which photographed 3I Atlas from just 18.6 million miles away, the object looked completely different. Round, fuzzy, exactly like a comet should look. There's a visible coma, that halo of gas and dust that forms when ice sublimates as the object approaches the sun. The coma measures thousands of kilometers across. So why does the Perseverance image look so weird? Dr. Avi Loeb from Harvard, the same guy who suggested Oumuamua might be artificial, actually addressed this. The elongated shape in that viral image is an artifact of motion blur. Perseverance's camera has an exposure time, and 3I Atlas was moving fast across its field of view. It's like when you try to photograph a plane at night and get a streak of light instead of a clear shape. The actual nucleus of 3I Atlas is somewhere between 1,444 feet and 3.5 miles across. Still big, but not spacecraft-sized. NASA confirmed this in a statement released October 4th. They specifically addressed the misinformation spreading on social media. The object poses no threat to Earth. It's staying roughly 170 million miles away at its closest approach. By October 30th, it'll make its nearest pass to the Sun, just inside Mars' orbit, and then it'll leave our solar system forever. The public faction. But social media doesn't care about NASA's explanations. On TikTok, videos claiming 3I Atlas is an alien mothership have accumulated over 200 million views. On X, the hashtag 3I Atlas trends every few hours with new theories. Some posts claim it's emitting radio signals. Others say governments are hiding the truth because it's coming to attack in November. There are threads connecting it to ancient prophecies, to crop circles, to government shutdowns. And here's the thing that's making it worse. There actually was a brief US government shutdown this week, which meant some NASA communications were delayed. That silence? It became fuel. They're not talking because they're scared. The shutdown is a cover so they can prepare without causing panic. It's textbook conspiracy spiral. Rolling Out reported that NASA had to issue multiple statements specifically debunking what they called comet panic. The European Space Agency did the same. But the more they deny it, the more suspicious it looks to people who are already convinced. The anomaly that nobody's talking about. Okay, but let's be real for a second. There is something genuinely strange about 3I Atlas, and the scientists are the ones pointing it out. When it was first discovered on July 1st, astronomers immediately noticed its trajectory was wrong. Not comet wrong, not asteroid wrong, interstellar wrong. It's coming from outside our solar system, which we've only seen twice before. Oumuamua in 2017, which looked like a tumbling cigar and accelerated in ways we couldn't fully explain. And Comet Borisov in 2019, which at least behaved like a normal comet. 3I Atlas is different. The size estimates have changed wildly. First, it was 12 miles across, then 6 miles. Now we're down to maybe 1 to 3 miles, but we're still not sure. The Hubble Space Telescope, one of the most advanced instruments humanity has ever built, can't pin down its exact dimensions. That's unusual. It suggests either the object has an irregular shape, or its surface is reflecting light in unexpected ways, or it's surrounded by material that's confusing our measurements. Then there's the coma. When ESA's Mars orbiters photographed it, the coma was clearly visible. Gas and dust being released as the sun's heat hits the icy nucleus. That's normal comet behavior. But here's the question. If this thing has been traveling through interstellar space for potentially millions of years, where did the ice come from? How is it still volatile enough to outgas? Dr. Loeb wrote a piece 3 days ago addressing this exact question. He explained that interstellar comets should be extremely old, possibly formed in other star systems billions of years ago. The fact that 3I Atlas is still active, still producing a coma, means it either hasn't been exposed to stellar radiation for very long, or its composition is different from what we expect. The government shut down timing. And then there's this absolutely wild timing. The images from Mars were released on October 3rd. The US government shutdown began October 9th. NASA's public communications slowed down right when people had the most questions. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter was supposed to capture additional images in early October, but those haven't been released yet. Neither has data from the Curiosity rover, which was also supposed to observe 3I Atlas. So you have this perfect storm. A bizarre-looking image goes viral, scientists can't immediately respond because of bureaucratic chaos, and the information vacuum gets filled with speculation. A Jalopnik article from 12 hours ago literally titled their piece, "The Government Shutdown is Fueling More Wild Theories About Mysterious Object in Solar System." It's not a conspiracy. It's just unfortunate timing. But it looks suspicious as hell. The wow signal moment. Now, here's the part that's going to mess with your head. Remember the wow signal from 1977? That radio burst detected by SETI that looked exactly like what we'd expect from an alien transmission? For decades, it was the best evidence we had. Then, in 2017, scientists figured out it probably came from a comet releasing hydrogen. Mystery solved. Disappointing, but solved. 3I Atlas might be our generation's wow signal. Not because it's aliens, but because it's showing us how badly we want it to be aliens. How quickly we'll believe a blurry image over scientific explanation. How easily misinformation spreads when we're desperate for something extraordinary to be true. But here's the twist. What if the scientists are the ones who are too quick to dismiss it? Avi Loeb's whole career has been about asking that question. After Oumuamua, he published a paper suggesting it could be an artificial light sail from another civilization. The scientific community mostly rejected that idea. But Loeb's point wasn't that Oumuamua definitely was alien. It was that we shouldn't automatically assume it isn't. With 3I Atlas, we're seeing the same debate play out in real time. On one side, astronomers saying it's just a comet with some unusual characteristics. On the other side, millions of people online saying the official explanation doesn't add up. And in the middle, a handful of scientists like Loeb saying, let's collect more data before we jump to conclusions either way. The real mystery. So what's actually going on? Based on every verified observation, every published scientific paper, every official statement from NASA and ESA, 3I Atlas is an interstellar comet. It's following the laws of physics. It's behaving mostly like comets behave. The weird image from Perseverance is a camera artifact. The timing with the government shutdown is coincidence. The conspiracy theories spreading on social media are exactly that, theories with no supporting evidence. But the size uncertainty is real. The fact that it's still outgassing after potentially billions of years in space is genuinely interesting. The fact that we've now detected 3 interstellar objects in 8 years, after detecting 0 in all of human history before 2017, suggests we're either getting better at looking, or there are more of these things than we thought. And that's the actual story. Not aliens. Not government cover-ups. But our solar system is being visited by objects from other star systems more frequently than we ever imagined. And we're just now developing the technology to see them. The next 20 days. Here's what's coming. On October 30th, 3I Atlas will make its closest approach to the Sun. That's when we'll get the best data. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory will be watching. Ground-based telescopes around the world will be pointed at it. If there's anything unusual about its behavior, that's when we'll see it. After October 30th, 3I Atlas will pass behind the Sun from our perspective. We'll lose sight of it for a few weeks. It'll reemerge in November, and then it'll head back out into interstellar space. By early 2026, it'll be gone. We'll never see it again. So we have 20 days to learn everything we can. And the scientific community is treating this like the opportunity it is. The images from Mars are just the beginning. There's spectroscopic analysis happening right now to determine its chemical composition. There are trajectory calculations to figure out where it came from. There are teams trying to understand why it's so hard to measure. Look, I'm not going to tell you what to believe. If you want to think 3I Atlas is a spaceship, nobody can stop you. If you want to trust NASA's explanation completely, that's fair too. But here's what I'll say. The universe is genuinely strange. We live in a time where we can photograph objects from other star systems, where rovers on Mars can look up and capture images of cosmic visitors, where scientists can track something moving at 130,000 miles per hour and predict exactly where it'll be in 3 weeks. That's incredible. That's worth paying attention to, even if the answer turns out to be, it's just a comet. Stay skeptical. Question the viral posts. Read the actual scientific papers. Check multiple sources. And keep watching, because whether 3I Atlas is extraordinary or ordinary, we're witnessing something that's never happened before in human history. Our third confirmed interstellar visitor, photographed in detail, studied by multiple spacecraft, visible to humanity for a limited time before it disappears forever. The truth is out there. We just have to be patient enough to find it.